Saturn day. It is iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on Radio for the Cosmos 222.9, the Mothership. It's Ojo Abamita, or Day of Three Resolutions, so make sure that you pick three things out that you need to bring some solutions to so you can focus on bringing those solutions. They hit the crossroads away, don't it? And this is your Saturn ruled SU venerated Saturn day, September 20th, 2025. And with the daily numerology on a 2, it appears that SU may be playing some double dutch. And what does that mean? SU represents choices, right? So you choose choices anyway. The blessings may be doubled. You keep making imbalanced decisions, that doubles the karmic ass whooping. It is what it is. If you've been listening to the Mothership all day today, then you started out at 12 a.m. with some root chakra sleep meditation, followed by your 6 a.m. cosmic weather forecast, and then we had the rising Bimbe to SU before we got to Crossroad stories, as told through classic hip hop. It's the final Saturday and final day of summer solstice, and it is the eve of the solar eclipse and the beginning of autumn equinox. So make sure whatever choices you make today, you choose wisely. Choose things that you want to reflect good things in your future. So your future self will thank you later. Tonight's moon is waning in Virgo, so make sure you are choosing, like I said, choose wisely what you want to put work into. Because whatever you put work into, you will get paid for. Of course, I'm not talking about earthly possessions, of course not. But what I mean is if you put work into being a positive divine being, you get a return on that investment. If you put work into being a gossip, a cheat, a sneak, and all those other imbalanced things, well, that work is going to pay you too. So prepare for the withdrawals. This is what you get each and every Saturday that you tune into rotation 6 of the Mothership's 7 orbits. Check it out. And we are back. So, if you are watching this from Facebook, then the player is right there on the page where you can beam up, tune in, and jam out. But Saturday is Crossroad Stories as told through classic hip hop. This is internet radio, which means the hip hop is not censored, which means listener discretion is advised. And if you're watching from TikTok and YouTube, the link is in the profile. Saturday, like Wednesday, is Trey Day on the Mothership. So make sure if you haven't already, you join the Trey Nation by hitting that link in the description box that says Pin Site. That's the whole orbit. Scroll on down to the red icons and you will find a link that says Join the Trey Nation. Also, be on the lookout for a new edition of the magazine coming out soon. I'm available for spiritual counseling sessions today until 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. Speaking of, I will be right back with your Saturn Daily Read for the Karmic Collective. Somebody got to talk to y'all babies on the wrong side of the crossroad. And Oya is the harbinger of final warnings, and I am my mother's child, so let's get to it. This is 222.9, the Mothership, and here's what's going on today in the U.S. I painted this one red and black for you. Listen. It's Saturday, Saturn rises, primal desires, the day of the six. Be careful where and who you mix. Your mastery, your ego may need a fix, as choices form tapestries of a spiritual stagnant or a grown and blown. Try not to let the sun beat you home. Perhaps it's Saturday. The expose. Saturn exposes which keys we chose as pictures of crossroads, maps out guides. Eyes left, guide right. iiiYansaje, keep it tight, as yesterday's love turns into today's want. Temptations dangle to taunt, the flesh oblivious to haunt, the self prime for carnal indulgence, the big if. The house winds and wears of where our inhibitions take a shift, tricksters blow a kiss, and the wind gives a thick, stiff breeze of 3 resolutions. It's Saturn Day. And iiiYansaje T Muse. Free verse, short poem. Ashe. And we are back. So today's read is going to come from the good old-fashioned poker deck that we like to call Cartomancy. And let's just see what the reading has to say. I've already done the prayer off camera. Anybody want? You know. Okay. Just going to shuffle a little bit before I split the deck, and let's just see what we got to say here. Ashe. Now this is supposed to be an open book tarot read, and cards already trying to fly out on me. Okay, we're going to leave that right there. All right. So, okay, and split. Okay. So we got the Joker upright on the east hand and the Queen of Hearts on the west hand. Oh, goodness. Okay, before I read this, I need y'all to see what I'm seeing. Okay, so we have the Joker on the east hand, right? Upright. But right underneath it is the other Joker inverted. On the west hand, we got the Queen of Cups upright with the Ace of Diamonds underneath it. So what these two pairs are telling me with Esu playing double dutch today is that many of you karmic babies chose money over love and you played yourself. Okay? You chose your own gain over righteousness and you played yourself. Because why do I say that? The card that flew out was the 7 of Diamonds, or the original 7 of Pentacles. And this isn't really about, the logistics of what your relationship entailed. This was all about where your heart was when you made certain decisions. And karmics, it will serve your spirit well to stop doing folks wrong that really cut for you, because you act as if people who truly give a damn about you are easier to come by. But as time goes on, we all learn how little, many people really care. And having people that are really in your corner through thick and thin are worth more than money can buy. So some of y'all called yourselves being tricky towards somebody who really loved you, and you ended up playing yourself. Well, that's what happens. But now that you're at the crossroad with that, you got one or two choices. You can either A, take a lesson, make it right, and strive to grow into a more divine being, or you can B, continue the tricky behavior that you own and continue to trick yourself out of blessings. But I must advise, the 10 of spades showed up at the bottom of the deck. You do the math. Heaven doesn't take too kindly to people messing over her children, especially the ones sent to bring you to the light. I'm going to leave that where it is. There's my general message. Should you need a personal read, give me a call on the Mothership Mentorship and Goddess Hotline at 314-200-0368. I'm iiYansaje Muse, and here's what's going on today in the orbit. Beam up.
Resist my temptations, pass my tests, and I'll give you the keys to higher doors. Esu, the Saturn Collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up.
And we're back. You all know the drill. I got to get back on up to the Mothership to cook up the music, the mystics, and the mojo. So today's channel song, since Esu was playing double dutch, I'm going to double up with two rappers of the same track, two of hip-hop's greatest. Here's Tupac and Big Daddy Kane, Wherever You Are. Oh, that's Rick James playing in the background. Libations to our ancestors. This is 222.9 The Mothership, radio for the cosmos.
You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary funk, and mystic teaching. Here's what's going on today in the